Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Serrated Cucumber. I'll never get tired of saying this. Hi, it's been a while. I've moved into a new place and changed jobs, and so I actually have a valid excuse for not uploading this time. While my apartment is being christened with decoration and some potentially exciting Life is Strange related news on the horizon, I thought it would be a good time to sit down and finally sink my teeth into recording a video. With 9 short months passing since the release date of Life is Strange True Colours and 3 long months since my last video, we've had a few scraps of early news about the future of the Life is Strange franchise as a whole. True Colours, as I detailed in my 2-hour-long review of the game, left the franchise in some unstable territory. Somewhere between new and old, a game that puts one foot forward and another backwards. The future of the franchise, safe to say, was in debate amongst fans. Deck 9 had promised this new era of sorts, a new path of graphical strike and high-budget marketing, but with the actual release of True Colours having mixed reception among some fans, and with no developer roadmap on the table, we were caught in a strange post-release limbo. But recent weeks have changed that. We have several bits of new evidence that suggest a new Life is Strange game is not only possible, but actively being worked on. A short while ago, a media holding company known as Embracer Group entered an agreement to acquire several branches of Square Enix. In an article they published in May of 2022, they went over several details surrounding the acquisition, taking a dive into the franchises affected by the deal. There was a lot of discussion within the article about communication within Square Enix's overseas offices in Japan and the efficiency of communication in an intercorporate setting. Our favourite story-based game didn't get much of a focus in the article except for in a singular paragraph. It read as follows. Going forward, the company's development function will comprise its studios in Japan, Square Enix external studios, and the Square Enix Collective. The company's overseas studios will continue to publish franchises such as Just Cause, Outriders, and Life is Strange. So there it is, a communication from the parent company now in charge of Square Enix's acquisition, confirming the IP's significance and presence within this deal. It was discussed in meeting rooms as a series that could be impacted going forward. There was likely liaison with Don't Nod Entertainment and Deck 9 Games, confirming the details of the deal and what it would mean. There was likely negotiation and debate and deliberation over the franchise's future specifically. Of course, this on its own is no guarantee of a work-in-progress title. It's normal to cross all the T's and dot the I's when it comes to this kind of information. However, this document is a sign that Square are concerned with the rights of the franchise, and while it's a good sign, it doesn't guarantee a future for the IP. So what else have we got? In 2022, it was confirmed that Don't Nod Entertainment, the creators of Life is Strange's 1 and 2, were actively working on a new project in the Unreal Engine 5. Life is Strange was initially produced on an earlier version of the Unreal Engine, as it's the favourite of their studio. Again, no guarantee of a fourth Life is Strange, but when you consider that the last LAS title came out nearly 4 years ago, it's entirely plausible. Now we do know that their team has been working on a little game called Gerda: A Flame in Winter, but this is not the unannounced title in Unreal Engine 5. From Don't Nod's developer roadmap they released during the development of Life is Strange 2, we know that from 2020 onwards, they planned on working on 5 games, nicknamed as Project 7, 8, 9, 10, and M1. One of these games we know to be a yet undisclosed partnership with Focus Home Interactive, and so we can cross one off our list. We know that Gerda: A Flame in Winter is also on that list, and so that leaves the 3 yet undisclosed projects for 2021 and beyond. While Don't Nod have expressed an interest in self-publishing, there is no guarantee that one of these games would not be Life is Strange 3. In fact, there's a decent possibility with the information we currently know. A few days ago, Don't Nod posted a 14th anniversary special to their Twitter account. They announced their plans for a new logo and a rebranding of sorts going forward. Nothing groundbreaking until you look at the video they posted. Their logo cycles through different settings. A VHS player, a scarred, burning logo amidst a harsh winter background, a warm, twinkling logo against this starry backdrop, a cool logo lit by what appears to be a glowing cave, a colourful, minimalistic, techie background with almost a family tree-looking diagram, either a cliffside or a tree trunk with a logo carved into it, their logo marked in the snow, and finally, their logo on its own against a black background. Now, we know for a fact that the logo in the snow matches perfectly with the Gerda Flame in Winter trailer. Here are both their old and new logo perfectly matched next to each other with the same setting. So could it be that Don't Nod are subtly teasing aesthetics for their upcoming games through this updated logo post? It's more likely than you might think. Donut's art director, Edward Kaplan, who worked on both of Donut's Life is Strange games, posted one of the artworks to Twitter with the caption, "I can't say anything." By the rough sketch style alone, you can tell that it fits perfectly into the Life is Strange art style. Besides Remember Me, Kaplan has been solely based working on Life is Strange. Unless he is planning on applying his works to other games, it's safe to say that this is some rather compelling evidence that he may be acting as an art director for an upcoming Life is Strange game. Now, it's not a guarantee, and there are certainly other possibilities, but he is most known prominently for his works on Life is Strange. Why would he repost this specific logo drawing otherwise? There's clearly an indication to spark hype about something. But these logo changes would be nothing without Square Enix's recent venture into market research. Video game developers typically carry out market research when they are in the early stages of design for future titles. So for example, True Colors had a market research campaign attached to it, which included several questions about the type of age people would like to see a protagonist in a Life is Strange game to be, and the type of setting they might like to see it in, whether they would appreciate it being closer to reality or with more sci-fi elements. And it seems they've done it again. Square have employed 2CV, an independent marketing agency, to gather information about Life is Strange fans and their opinions towards the games. The greeting of the questionnaire looks like this. The questions for this one were a lot more open-ended than previous Life is Strange surveys. I took part in the one that preceded True Colors, and a lot of the questions were a lot more closed off, a rate on 1 to 5, how much you enjoyed these certain elements. The questions for the new form are as follows. Which Life is Strange titles have you played? Thinking about all of the Life is Strange games you have played, who are your favourite 3 characters and why? Please be as detailed as possible. If you could create any video game, what type of game would it be? Describe the features / gameplay / characters and why you chose them. Please be as detailed as possible. This doesn't really tell us much at all, other than that they're definitely making more of these games. True Colors is not the end of the franchise. If I were to make a guess at the purpose of those questions, I would say that Square have realised the potential of making money from a direct sequel to one of the main stories that the game has to offer, such as a continuation of Max and Chloe's tale or even another prequel. They may also be scouring what entices people to certain characters in order to craft the perfect relatable protagonists. A big reason people cited for disliking Life is Strange 2 was solely missing Max and Chloe and being a bit disappointed we would not see more of them. Donut has previously stated that they have no intention to reopen the book on our time-travelling duo, and with their stance of embracing the art of self-publishing, I would not imagine they could be coerced by Square Enix very easily. Donut has always been a studio that values artistic liberty above all, and I don't think they'd allow any studio to meddle with Life is Strange's elements, such as a female protagonist back in the day, for example. You remember when they tried to make Max a boy? I can't imagine them changing anything to suit the demands of a studio, but there's certainly a middle ground to find what people enjoyed about Max and Chloe and to give them exactly what they want in an upcoming title. Square Enix certainly recognise the profitability of this, and from an economic standpoint, they have to make money as a publisher. It's obvious that Square Enix would want a Max and Chloe sequel, but Donut would not. All of these bits of evidence individually are nothing to be particularly concerned about. So what if Life is Strange was discussed during the acquisition? So what if Donut's teasing future concept art? So what if Square Enix are sending out community surveys about elements of the game? All of those things individually, you see, are just speculative, but all of that together? I can say with a reasonable degree of certainty that I'd expect another Life is Strange game soon. We know that True Colors, for example, took about 3.5 years to develop from start to finish from 2018 to 2021. And so judging by this statistic, I'd expect another Life is Strange game closer to the middle of the decade, in 2024 or so. With Deck 9 working on unnamed projects after the success of True Colors with Anastasia Davidson and Erica Mori, I think it's safe to say that our next Life is Strange game will be a Donut original. Am I personally happy with the idea of a Max and Chloe sequel or an off-brand version of them? No, not really. I think it's important to explore these different formats within this franchise, to experiment and see what works and what doesn't. But it's too early for me to get upset at the concept of a made-up Life is Strange game that, for all I know, has not even hit the middle stages of development yet. All we know is that True Colors is not the end, and there are solid, tangible plans for the future of this series. And I, for one, am extremely excited. How about you? What would you like from a future Life is Strange title? Are you disappointed that Max and Chloe may be making a return, or do you welcome this idea? Let me know down in the comments. I read all of your comments and use them as inspiration for my future videos. Be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more narrative game content from me. I have a Patreon if you want to support me buying new houseplants, and that will be in the description. Join my Discord too, and as always, remember to keep your cucumbers serrated and have a nice day. Bye!